Hey Internet, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. I am back and what do I need to do next? I was... Oh, there's a spider. I was preparing a little bit the place or the location for my terminal for my airport. And at first, let me just have a short visit at my sheep, at my chicken, at my farm to here gain some resources. And what else? At some point I need to go caving again, and well, speaking about caving will be also a topic for today. But at first let me grab the wheat, and then I can even add a new sign to the viewer monument, because well, I got a new comment, or I got a comment from a viewer who is not mentioned yet on the viewer monument in the comment section. So I have to create a sign, and yeah, so a lot of things going on. And have I grabbed everything? Have I planted new wheat? Yes, I think I have. Very good. And now let's go over to the sheep. And then I was thinking a little bit about the building process for my terminal, and well, I came to the idea that I like to have a parked aircraft at the terminal. And well, this is probably... What are the chickens doing? Some eggs. Can I breed them? Yes, I can breed them. This is good. Now let me just throw down these 2 eggs to maybe have another... No. Okay. So far so good. Now I need to create a new sign for the viewer monument. And yes, I was stuck a little bit. I wanted to maybe build another airplane at the terminal, and here then it gave me a little bit thinking, because the plane is pretty large compared to all the rest of the airport. And well, as an approaching plane, it looks well fitting, and well, in the distance, it looks at the right size, but on the surface, I think it's pretty huge. And I think, okay, I will do this soon when we are looking down here. This looks quite good with the size of the airplane, but when the airplane is on the surface, I need to check. Let me have a short view on my notes. The airplane has a size of, what is this? 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks, has a length of 14 blocks. And this is quite long, I think. Wait, let me at first do the viewer monument thing. And then I will take some or grab some dirt and mark a little bit the size of the airplane to see how huge this thing is. Let me just store the wool. And what do I want to do? I wanted to create a viewer a sign. So I need a stick and sign. Very good. So I think the thing will be really huge, and so this gives me a little bit a headache, because well, then I need a lot of space, or I need a very huge apron to here install their airplane on the surface or on the ground. And I'm not quite sure. I think this will be a very huge building, and when I then compare this to the runway, then I'm not quite sure. I think this will be pretty interesting. Okay, now we do have the next Nathaniel. Yes, Nathaniel Brenham. I hope this is... No. Okay, Nathaniel Brenham. Okay, very good, very good. Thank you for your comment. You have now also a place here on the viewer monument. Very nice, and we do have a lot of space for more comments. So if you'd like to have your name also on this monument, please comment in the comment section, and I will add your name to the list. Okay, now I was talking about, I wanted to outline a little bit the size of an of a parked airplane. And yes, okay, in the last episode I was talking about my vacation on Iceland, and well, it was, as I said, pretty amazing. And wait, let me now focus a little bit. I said 14. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this is the length of an airplane, and then it had a width of 19 blocks. Wow. Okay, so what? 19 blocks? This is an awkward size. Am I sure? Okay, this means 9 to each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is the dimension of a parked airplane. Well, of a parked airplane of this design. Maybe I need to create a smaller one, but this is really, really huge. And then if I would say, okay, an airplane would be taxiing around here. So 1, 2, I need to have, or maybe I can place just a torch on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Torch. So a taxiing aircraft would reach until here. So I need enough space, so maybe 2 blocks. And this would result that I need to move a little bit the end of the aircraft over here, and then I can start building the terminal somewhere over here. Wait, I think I should do this right now. So it's a little bit confusing right now. I hope you can a little bit understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I like to have this thing over here. Then I said, what did I say? 14 blocks, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this block can go away, and then we would have a block over here, and I think one over here for the wings. Okay. So let me remove this. And let me remove this. Okay, this means I could start, if I will use this aircraft again, I can start the terminal or the apron up here. The apron has to extend until here, and then I can start building the terminal somewhere out here. So I think I need to chop down this tree, or I need to create the terminal somewhere over here. I think this will be a very huge building project. Let me just climb up to the mountain to have a better view from above to see what dimensions I need to create. I think this will be a pretty huge building project, and when I then compare this again to the size of my runway, I'm not quite sure if this is really to scale. I don't think so. Maybe I need to double the size of my runway in order to make it look a little bit realistic. But let's see. Let's climb up. Okay, in the last episode I was talking about Iceland, and yeah, I'm still pretty amazed by this. And one awkward thing was, okay, it's now pretty hard to see from here. But when we are seeing this huge dimension should be the apron for one aircraft, then I could create an apron for the whole dimension of the taxiway. So this means I need to fill up the mountain over there. I need to fill up this mountain over there. And when I then see the runway, maybe I just should skip the terminal project, because I think this is getting out of hand. This is really huge. But yeah, I think I will just start doing something. Let me just have a different angle. Okay, I think I will at first fill up this hole over there. Then maybe fill up a little bit this side over there. I hope I do have enough dirt to do so. But I need to consider that I have to dig down at some point again the the place for my taxiway and for the apron and so on. So maybe I need less dirt than I currently think. Okay, let's see, let's do this. Okay, now finally back to Iceland, and here I'm. Let's start off with the caving thing. We were caving on Iceland because there was, or we had the chance to get into an old lava cave, and this was pretty amazing to walk under or inside a lava field, and this was really amazing because as the lava field was created, at first the upper layer, the crust of the lava field, was solidified, and well, there was so much volcanic material from the eruption still flowing, and well, it was not everything solidified at the same time. So under the crust, there was still some liquid lava flowing around, and this was shaping the cave, and this was pretty interesting to finally be able to walk down there and to explore this cave because there were a lot of beautiful rocks and well, in different colors, and the colors of the rocks were mainly caused by different temperatures and different time of the cooling process of the lava, and this was pretty new to me because the material was always the same material, but the colors were just resulting or were a result from the cooling process. And yeah, this was pretty amazing to walk down this cave, and this was also pretty interesting because, well, we were on Iceland, but the tour was guided by an Australian guide, and then we were three Germans, and there was even a couple from Colorado, and this was pretty interesting to be on Iceland with an Australian guide, and here only visitors were taking were enjoying this cave tour, and this was pretty funny because, well, when you think about, okay, at least the guide should be coming from Iceland, but no, in this case it was from Australia, and this was pretty interesting and pretty funny to think about this. And well, one thing was a little bit sad inside this cave because as we climbed down, and oh, there's a creeper and there's a skeleton. I think at first, before I deal with the skeleton, I should deal with the creeper. Oh, this was too short. Okay, and it's gone. Now let's deal with the skeleton. Hi. Bye. Okay, very good. Is there something else? No, this is just a chicken. And well, as we descended to the cave, we were at first standing in front of a gate, and well, this gate was installed because inside this cave there were, I'm not quite sure, there were some stalagmites and stalactites, and well, there was a very huge one, and I think it had a size for over 2 meters or something like this, but at some point it was missing. So yeah, someone went in there and stole this really huge piece of rock, and this is really bad behavior because, well, I'm not quite sure whoever had this idea to say, okay, this is a lava cave and this thing won't regenerate if you're going into a normal cave shaped by a river or something like this, then the thing is constantly changing and you have new stalagmites and stalactites all the time because, well, there's constantly dripping water, but the lava cave is mainly shaped by the lava flow, and well, after the lava flow has stopped, there's obviously no more lava flowing around, and so the thing will remain there forever, and if something gets destroyed in there, the thing will remain destroyed. And well, this is pretty sad that they had to install a gate to protect this cave because normally you should think, okay, this thing is so beautiful, I don't should hey chicken, go away, I need to put there some dirt. I don't should touch it, I don't should destroy it, but if some jerk goes in there and just steals a piece of rock of something that is not regenerating, I'm not quite sure. This is really bad behavior. It's pretty selfish. it's just not the way how you should treat nature. And well, this made me a little bit angry, and I was pretty disappointed to hear about this. And well, yeah, this was bad. But going inside this cave was pretty amazing, and at some point we even switched out our lights, and then we were in complete darkness. And this was also pretty special because normally when you're lying at nighttime in your bed or something like this, over time your eyes get used to the darkness of the night, and you still can see something because there are still some light coming from the surroundings or something like this. But down there was nothing else and just darkness. And then there was also the story that on top of a small ledge they found some bones, and well, the bones were from, I guess it was a goat or something like this. And they found a necklace, and they found a leather pocket, and they came to the conclusion that just or shortly after the lava flow stopped or the lava cooled down, so at this point there should be still a temperature inside this lava cave of about at 20 degrees or something like this, so quite cozy. As we were in there, it was around 40 degrees Celsius or so. But at this time, they thought that one of the first settlers or outlawed Viking woman went in there and had a delicious meal with a sheep or something like this. But well, back in the days they had only torches, and maybe their torch ran, or her torch ran out of material to burn, and in this case she was also in the complete darkness, and so she had not enough time to grab again her necklace, to grab again her purse, and she just had to find a way out of the cave. And chicken, stupid thing, go away. This is my building site. And yeah, this was pretty interesting to hear. And well, as we switched out our lights, this was really dark, and so it was pretty interesting to stand around in the darkness and thinking about, okay, now you need to find the way back out and climb across these challenging boulders. This can be really challenging, and I think well, this must be pretty hard. And here it's pretty interesting because the first settlers came to Iceland at around, I think, 900 in the wait, over 1,000 years ago. So or what was this, 900 Anno Domini or so, I guess they arrived there. They came from Norway, and they tried to find their luck down there. And here, this was pretty interesting to learn also a little bit more about the historic development and the first settlements on Iceland. But well, we haven't learned this inside this cave. I just wanted to talk about the cave, but we weren't able to go really deep into this cave. This was more a cave tour for tourists, so we went in there, but we don't need to really climb down a huge distance or so, and the only equipment we needed was a helmet with a light in front of it. So yeah, but nevertheless it was pretty cool. And then another thing which was really crazy, as I was back here in Germany, because well, down there we had a great all-terrain vehicle, and well, if you have watched my new series, my Spin Tire series, we even had to drive through fordings and so, and well, it was not so crazy like in Spin Tires, where so deep fordings and so much mud and so on, but it was still pretty interesting to drive through fordings, and I had a lot of fun. And well, our all-terrain vehicle was pretty huge, so you basically had to climb up to get into this car. And well, then as I returned back here to my small Volkswagen Lupo, well, after I needed to climb up into a car for 2.5 weeks, suddenly I needed to basically crouch down to be able to get into this car. And well, then also the feeling of the steering wheel. As I sat into the car, I asked, well, this small thing should be the steering wheel. This is too small. This can't be. And yeah, this was a complete different experience. And well, on the other hand, this huge all-terrain vehicle would be pretty not very useful for our urban regions out here, but here for Iceland it was pretty cool, and I had a lot of fun, as I already said, driving through fording, driving through the gravel, having the feeling of driving through snow, because it was pretty fine gravel. And yeah, so this was just amazing. And wait, there was another thing I wanted to talk about: the car. It's lost. It's completely lost. I'm still pretty overwhelmed. But yeah, this was also a pretty interesting feeling. Oh yeah, a car. Well, the car was also pretty loud, and well, over time you get used to the noise of the car. But as we arrived at the airport and we took the taxi back home, and we were sitting in the taxi, and the taxi driver started to drive, and well, the car starts to move, but I heard no sound. Well, okay, I heard a little bit of sound, but it was completely unusual to me because I was used all the time to this loud all-terrain vehicle, and suddenly I was sitting in a car and there was basically no sound, and this was... I should create some food. This was also pretty strange to suddenly be in silence, and yeah, so this was also a nice experience. And caving, I talked about caving, I talked about the stolen thing, which made me pretty sad and disappointed about humanity, because well, this is not good when you think about, okay, this thing isn't changing anymore. And okay, one additional thing about the lava cave: I am currently so amazed by this cave. I think in the next episode I still have to talk about something of Icelandic or on Iceland I've experienced. And yeah, this lava cave was also pretty special because how should I continue this thing? I think I need to remove at first the dirt over here. Lava cave. Oh yes, the ceiling and the walls of the lava cave were not the normal shape of the lava rock we just saw on the lava fields. Instead, it was not really like glass, but it was pretty smooth. And this was due to the fact that after the surface layer was solidified, there was still a very high heat inside this lava cave, because of course there was still liquid lava in there, and it was flowing around, and so it was pretty hot in there. And so there goes my shovel. Good that I do have a backup shovel. And so the already solidified lava cave started to melt a little bit. Again, it's like maybe you can compare it with a bar of chocolate. When you're holding your bar of chocolate, that's also basically solidified. You're holding it next to a temperature or a heat source. Then the outer layer also starts to melt a little bit, and you can shape it and so. And yeah, in this case, the same thing was also happening to the ceiling and the walls of the lava cave, and so it was pretty interesting to see the shape. And there, even after it cooled down, of course, some parts collapsed of the cave, and so even Spider-Man, Spider-Pig, real spider, skeleton, zombie, and well, one piece broke off. And normally we were not allowed to touch anything, because as I already talked about this, if you destroy something in the cave, it will never regenerate again. And so in this case we weren't allowed to touch anything, but this broken off piece we were able to touch, and it was really an interesting shape to touch at first basically the ceiling or the melted part, and this was pretty smooth. And then we could touch the side of it, and this was okay. Now the creeper has seen me, but I have damaged him enough. Okay, now there are two other creepers, and there are a lot of zombies. So let me deal with this guy at first. And it was a complete difference. And well, because there was a lot of moisture inside this cave, it looked even a little bit slimy, but it wasn't slimy. It was just because, well, it was so smooth, and with the water. Okay, no, I think it's out of range. Okay, it's out of range, but I've damaged him hopefully enough. Zombie. Yeah, it looks like as it would be slimy, but it wasn't. So this was also pretty interesting to touch this. And I have the slight feeling that I'm talking and talking without saying anything useful, as I normally do in my coffee breaks. Arr. Ouch. A skeleton. And here, oh, there's something hitting me from the back because there is another skeleton. Let's deal with this jerk. Okay, here, as usual, there's another zombie. It's combat practice. I hope I can go to sleep without having to deal with some more guys. Okay, close the door. We made it safe back home. I got some bones. I got some string. I got a spider eye. Can I store something else? I got some gunpowder. Maybe I should at some point create some dynamite to explode something. Okay, here, Iceland, still great. I think I've talked a lot without saying anything again. And yeah, with this, I'd like to thank you, and I hope you will be watching my next episode on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I do have an appointment to talk about about all my projects still going on. And yeah, maybe I can reveal something on Wednesday, depending on what comes out on this appointment and on this meeting. So yeah, a lot of exciting things are start to happen again here with my daily life. And yeah, in this case, until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!